Stop thinking about 2020 for a second. What if I told you that the global lockdown, the masks, and the panic were just the dress rehearsal? Scientists are no longer asking if the next big one is coming. They are asking when. And the data suggests that COVID-25 could make 2019 look like the common cold. In the quiet corridors of the World Health Organization and top virology labs, there is a placeholder name that keeps experts awake at night. They call it Disease X. But for the purpose of today's analysis, let's call it by the name the internet fears most, COVID-25. You clicked on this video because you want to know if the rumors are true. Is it real? Is it worse? Today, we are going to look at the cold, hard simulation data. We aren't doing conspiracy theories here. We are going to break down the biological mechanics of a hypothetical supervariant, one that combines the spread of measles with the lethality of MERS. We'll explore the Frankenstein scenario, the immune escape problem, and the one technological breakthrough that might be our only shield. Strap in. This is the science of the next pandemic. To understand why the next threat is exponentially more dangerous, we have to talk about two numbers, R0 and case fatality rate. COVID-19, in its original form, had an R0, R0, of about 2.5 to 3. That means one sick person infected roughly 3 others. The Omicron variant pushed that number up to 9, making it one of the most contagious viruses in history. But here is the catch. As Omicron became faster, it generally became less lethal. That's a common evolutionary trade-off. But nature doesn't always follow the rules. In our COVID-25 worst-case scenario, epidemiologists model a virus that breaks this trade-off. Imagine a pathogen with an R0 of 12 to 18. That is up there with measles. In this scenario, you could walk into a supermarket, spend 5 minutes in the produce aisle, and infect everyone in the queue without even coughing. Now, apply the second number, lethality. COVID-19 had a mortality rate hovering between 0.1% and 3% depending on the healthcare system. The hypothetical COVID-25 models warn of a rate between 5% and 15%. Let that sink in. A virus that moves as fast as a rumor, but kills with the efficiency of SARS-1. If this equation becomes reality, we aren't talking about hospitals being overwhelmed. We are talking about them ceasing to function entirely. You might be thinking, viruses don't just decide to become super killers, and you'd be right. But they do cheat. The most terrifying mechanism for this is called recombination. Here is the scenario researchers fear. A patient is co-infected. They have the highly transmissible Omicron circulating in their lungs, but they also contract an avian influenza, like H5N1, or a more lethal coronavirus, like MERS. Inside that patient's cells, the viruses replicate. If they infect the same cell, they can swap genetic material. It's like shuffling 2 decks of cards. Suddenly, you deal a hand that has the spike protein of the fast spreader, but the internal replication machinery of the lethal killer. This is the Frankenstein virus. It's not science fiction. It's basic biology. And it has happened before in influenza pandemics. Speed is the ultimate weapon. In 2019, we had a grace period. The incubation period was roughly 5 to 14 days. It gave contact tracers a chance, albeit a small one. To catch up, COVID-25 could rob us of that luxury. Simulations suggest an incubation window that shrinks to just 12 to 48 hours. This is the stealth phase. You get infected in the morning. You become contagious by the afternoon, but you don't feel sick until the next day. By the time you realize you have a fever, you have already exposed your family, your co-workers, and your entire commute. But wait, we have vaccines now, right? We have immunity from previous infections. We should be safe. Here lies the biggest problem: complete immune escape. The virus doesn't just get faster, it changes its code. If COVID 25 emerges via a radical evolutionary leap, like a zoonotic spillover from a mink farm or a cryptic lineage from an immunocompromised host, its spike protein could look completely different to your immune system. Your antibodies are like security guards looking for a criminal with a specific tattoo. If the criminal gets plastic surgery, the guards let him walk right through the front door. In this scenario, fully vaccinated or previously infected means nothing. We start from zero. But this time, the global population is fatigued, healthcare workers are burned out, and trust in public health is fractured. That social vulnerability is just as dangerous as the biology itself. Let's walk through the first 30 days of this hypothetical pandemic. With a mortality rate of 15%, the wait and see approach is impossible. Governments can't hesitate. We would likely see the return of the hard lockdown. Hospitals become no-go zones. With high infectivity, a hospital is no longer a place of healing, but a centralized distribution hub for the virus. We would see the deployment of field hospitals and AI-driven triage systems, because there simply aren't enough doctors left standing to check your vitals. The existence of a COVID 25 isn't a prediction of doom, it's a call to preparation. It reminds us that nature is relentless, and our only defense is to be faster, smarter, and more united than the pathogen trying to take us down. If you want to know the scientifically proven ways to prepare your own immune system right now, before any new variant hits, like the video and subscribe to the channel, True or False. See you soon.